this episode of The Legend of Croc Gold.
We're in the middle of nowhere gold mining.
Farley's daring expedition to find rivers of gold on Bougainville Island hits a major roadblock.
Just hang on, Farley!
Descent among the crew.
This is a show right now. Farley bit off more than he can chew.
Killer crocs.
There's something in there.
And a run of bad luck.
That hose is on fire.
Curse the team.
We hiked 30 minutes through the jungle. Now we got to do a river crossing that's full of damn crocs.
Threaten to break their spirits.
Guys, get out of the now, quick, quick!
And destroy their bold mission to hunt down a fortune in untouched gold.
I'm not going to give up till the last damn day is here.
Bougainville Island, Papua New Guinea, 5,000 miles southwest of Alaska. This is a beautiful but treacherous world where danger awaits at every turn and death can come at any moment. And it is where Alaskan gold miner Farley Dean and his crew have come to search for a legendary fortune in undiscovered gold. But after just 9 days, their daring 6-week expedition is on the brink of disaster.
Whoa, Farley!
The team's first attempt to dredge for gold was plagued by problems and ultimately lasted just 13 minutes. Leaving Farley bedridden, his dredging operation stopped dead in the water, and his crew frustrated and worried.
To be totally honest, I feel that this is a show right now. Farley's lucky to be around after the sun he pulled yesterday. The guy can't even get out of bed right now because he stood on a cage for 6 hours. We almost lost our leader. The team's starting to think maybe Farley bit off a little more than he can chew.
Hey, Papa, you okay?
Yeah.
You want anything?
No, I'm all right.
How about some fruit?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
My dad jumping on the cage yesterday, I think that a lot of the guys weren't very happy with it. If he gets hurt, that's it, we're done. You want some water? Yes, he endangered himself. Yes, he could have gotten extremely hurt. Let me know if you need anything. But that's how my dad works. He's gung-ho. No matter what happens, he's going to do what he thinks is right to get the job done. We can't stop him. No one can. This is his operation.
Farley believes that the island's never-before-mined rivers are teeming with millions of dollars in gold, brought to the Earth's surface by volcanoes that were formed when 3 tectonic plates collided millions of years ago. To access the virgin ground beneath these rivers, the team's diver will use the first 6-inch gold dredge the island has ever seen and a modified shark cage to protect him from deadly crocodiles. According to tribal legend, these crocs guard a multi-million-dollar fortune in gold. While Farley recuperates in camp, 6 miles northwest, Croc, Jim, and diver Kelly Smith enter the Queens River.
Has anybody ever tried mining here?
Nah, there's so many crocodiles in there.
Wow.
The team plans to begin dredging in the river tomorrow. But first, Jim will check the perimeter of bamboo croc traps he set in the prospecting zone selected by Farley.
Here's our first trap right here on the right. Slow up a little bit. I don't see anything around it. No, this one looks empty. Nothing in that one.
No. I decided to go check the traps at the gym because if I'm going to be getting in the water with these things, I've got to learn about them and know what they're about. Never seen crocodiles, ever. Never seen them in the zoo, anything like that. I've never been in the jungle like this, so this is a totally new environment for me.
Here's our second one up here on the left.
That one's a little more hidden, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to have to get out to check this one.
Yeah, there's something in there.
All right, let me go out there, check it out. Maybe that big one we've been after is up here. Be ready to come when I holler for you. Holy cow. Wow. When we found the croc in the trap, I got out to make sure it was still secure. You got to do the mouth first. You got to make sure it can't bite. So always number one, secure the mouth. Then secure the head. Have it pulled up into the end of the trap to where we could get around that croc. All right, ready, Kelly?
Yeah. Coming.
The crocodile me and Kelly found was medium size. Not the big croc we've been looking for, but still definitely big enough to hurt you pretty easy. Big female.
Yeah.
7 or 8 feet, looks like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of croc to handle.
Okay. Okay, you want me to take this?
Yeah, just stay here. Once I called Sekeli over, he was able to keep the Croc pulled up forward. You got her?
Yep, I got her.
Okay. That allowed me to come around, come in the trap, grab the Croc's tail, and then jump up on its back. Boy, look at all those teeth, huh?
Oh, man.
You notice you can't see down in her throat?
Yeah.
She's got a ridge on the back of the tongue that lets her chase fish and stuff underwater without swallowing the water. Okay.
When you hear that jaw snap, it's just like a baseball bat, you know? It's a loud crack. And you could just tell that if they wanted to, I mean, they could just tear you apart.
How big that mouth is?
Yeah.
We don't want that wrapped around your leg or arm.
No.
All right, now she can't bite. All right, ready? Let's lift her up.
Okay, Wendell, you're gonna take the tail end. Yep.
We're planning on relocating this crocodile. To make it safe, we want to try to get as many crocodiles out of the area as possible. Roll her up in that tarp.
Okay.
They will come back, but the farther we can move them, the longer it's going to take them. So hopefully the goal is to get some dredging done before they return.
That thing's a beast, man.
Let's take her downriver.
Definitely worried about getting in the water after getting up close and personal with one of the smaller crocs. I feel like maybe I bit off a little more than I can chew. But at the end of the day, I made a commitment. I'm gonna have to get in the water whether I like it or not.
After sleeping for 16 hours, Farley is finally up and around, but the day has been lost. And with less than 5 weeks to find the gold that will save his family business, each day his team isn't dredging is a major setback.
Yeah, I overdid it yesterday. I spent too much time out in the croc cage and wore myself down. So I started to get the shakes. I started coming into hypothermia. What I did was a little rash, but it's absolutely my style to live from the front rather than from the back. If you're not willing to jump on the cage first, you know, what good are you?
The previous day's dredge site was located in the ocean, just outside the entrance to the Queens River.
All right, we're good to go. Let's take this to the beach, eh?
Farley's crew is anxious to test the dredge samples taken from the ocean floor and see if all their pain and sacrifice has paid off, or if Farley's quest to find millions of dollars in gold is just a wild goose chase.
Well, that would have sucked to do in Alaska.
Yeah, kind of cold, huh?
But Farley has brought a secret weapon to Bougainville, a game changer that will be invaluable as the team prospects the island's virgin soil. It's a specialized piece of modern mining equipment called a gold concentrator, and it's unlike anything ever seen on Bougainville before. A gold concentrator can separate gold flakes and particles from raw material in a matter of minutes. Water mixes with the recovered soil to create a muddy slurry that is washed through a series of textured mats and troughs. As the slurry passes over these mats and through these troughs, the heavier material, like gold, is pushed to the bottom and trapped. The lighter junk material is washed away, but the gold can be extracted quickly with a pan. It's a process that's more than 200 times faster than panning alone.
How's it going?
You're here for the great reveal.
That's why I'm here. How's it looking? Pretty black?
Yeah,
There is a lot of black sand.
Despite dredging for all of 13 minutes, Farley is hopeful they'll find gold in the sample. If they do, it means his dream of riches could soon be realized. If they don't, it could mean the mission is nothing but a wild goose chase.
With 13 minutes on the dredge, the good news is that's a couple yards worth of material. If we had, 8 or 10 flakes of gold in the bottom of our pan when we're all done, I'd be really happy.
All right, let's check this out, huh?
What's the best case scenario right here?
Any gold at all.
Any gold at all?
One speck and I get beer. That's best case scenario.
Nuggets? Chicken nuggets? Gold nuggets?
Well, let's get this into a pan.
Although the gold concentrator can filter out more than 90% of unwanted material, miner Ben Daniels must use a gold pan to sift through the remains and reveal whether any gold has been recovered.
Anything yet?
Just give us one, baby. Just one nice.
Now that's gold.
That little thing? I see it. I see it.
That ain't gold.
What is that then?
Definitely looks like gold to me. first sample that we had down on the mouth of the Queens, there wasn't even enough there to find out whether it really was gold. I mean, we could have pulled out a little microscope and looked at it, but we didn't come down this far to look at gold under a microscope. If it's not good gold, hell with it.
And it's going to get better. I'm going to get better. We're all going to get better. We're going to get on the hot spot. We're going to hit it. We have to.
The most frustrating thing about Farley's little stunt is they didn't find any gold. There was trace amounts, and he jeopardized this whole mission for literally nothing. If we haven't found gold in the first 2 weeks, team morale will start deteriorating. And at that point, it's a downhill slide.
Coming up,
I hit the sandbar.
the boat team fights to get up the legendary Queens River
You're not going any further. That's all there is to it. We hit bottom.
to finally get their hands on a fortune in gold.
We lost the prime right there.
And later,
Get out of the water now, quick, quick,
a close encounter with a killer croc.
quick, get out of the water.
After coming up empty on their previous dredge attempt, Farley is desperate to finally launch his ambitious two-team dredging plan and find the gold he needs to breathe new life into his family business. The crew has less than 5 weeks to find a mining site capable of producing the ounce an hour that will justify large-scale mining on Bougainville. So Farley will split his crew in hopes of testing at least 20 sites on the Queens River and in the island's interior. His trusted right-hand man, Ian Rose, will lead a land team to a remote creek located in Bougainville's Adamo region that local chiefs claim is full of gold. Farley will head up the boat crew. After failing to find even a single flake of gold at the initial ocean dredge site, he's decided to venture up the treacherous Queens River in search of richer terrain. But the decision puts the boat crew dead center in the crocodile kill zone.
Hey, listen, I know everybody's excited, but keep in mind where we're working, but don't let your guard down. Please, everybody, keep a good, strong, solid knife on you. Anybody gets grabbed by a croc, don't ever give up. You start framming on that thing's head, you poke it with whatever you got and can get a hold of, you make yourself the hardest meal they've ever had to work for.
Is there a sweet spot on these things?
The nose, the eyes, the ears, top of the head, any spot you can reach.
Well, Croc Jim really tried to scare the out of us, and he did. You know, whatever happens, if a croc does grab you, make sure we all have a knife on us and fight for your life. It was definitely a wake-up call.
The rivers of Bougainville are infested with thousands of deadly crocodiles, and tribal legends claim they're there to guard hidden deposits of gold. The island myth may actually be rooted in science. The deep depressions along river bottoms where gold is often found are the same areas submerged crocs use to rest and hunt for bottom-feeding fish. So anyone searching for gold on Bougainville will have to contend with the killer crocs.
My biggest worry is we're going to find some gold, we're all going to get excited, and we're going to get the gold fever, and we're going to let our guard down.
Okay, well,
That's ruined a lot of people.
Yeah, be aware of it. Be aware of it.
9 a.m., the boat crew sets out from base camp in the middle of a squall. After Farley's disastrous last dredging attempt, the team has begun to doubt the mission's prospects on Bougainville. But Farley's determined to make his big gamble pay off and find enough gold to change his team's lives.
The mission today is get up the river, we got to get the dredge going, and we need to spend 2 or 3 hours dredging it. Last time we got 13 minutes in. First day out, all sorts of problems.
Holy cow. Got some electrical storm picking up.
We had to push on through the rain. There was no question about it. We've only got 6 weeks, and nobody accomplishes anything by going home.
After nearly an hour of rough seas, Farley's team arrives at the mouth of the Queens River.
You see all right, Todd? Better, much better.
On a calm day, crossing the shallow sandbar is difficult and dangerous. But with high winds and choppy seas, it could be impossible.
All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna have to do this with a little bit of speed.
Yeah, no problem.
Just hang on, Farley. Farley isn't afraid to take risks, and we were under the pressure of having to get something done, and we haven't yet, so that's a consideration. But getting up this river is one of the biggest challenges in my young career. Putting people at risk, putting the boat at risk, it's a lot of nerves. Hang on, I'm gonna hit the sandbar. Right on by. Log. Yeah. That's both of them.
You leave both engines?
All right, guys, bail. Off the boat.
Well, as we were coming into the mouth, we hit bottom. So we all jumped out and started pushing the boat up.
We need to move to the left.
Here comes a wave.
We had to wait for another wave surge to hit us and push us forward.
Let's work with the swells here. One of these will pick us up.
One of these will give us a lift.
Here we go. There's a good one.
It's going to push us in.
As soon as it lifted the boat up, we all pushed, moved it 8 or 10 feet, and the wave went down. We had to wait for another surge, push it forward again another 8 or 10 feet.
You're really shallow right here.
Yeah, we're out of water here.
And once we pushed it to where we couldn't push it any further, we were stuck. You're not going any further. That's all there is to it.
It seems Farley's plan is dead in the water, and so are his boat and his dredge. Farley knows that his state-of-the-art mining technology is useless if he can't get it to where the gold awaits. 32 miles west, Ian is leading the land team to a remote creek where tribal chiefs claim villagers have found tremendous amounts of gold.
By all accounts, there should be gold.
Yeah, the locals say it's pretty rich up there.
The location is more than 4 hours away from base camp, giving the team only limited time to prospect the site. Any delays or setbacks could mean the entire day would be wasted.
Wow, the Queen River's quite full.
She's looking pretty high. The roads here in Bougainville are worse than the ones in Alaska, and I didn't think that was possible.
Another creek crossing, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be as tough as the first one.
A lot of the times you're on a one-lane road, and it's a dirt road, and they disappear underwater. It's Bougainville.
40-year-old Ian Rose is no stranger to rough conditions, but Farley's Bougainville expedition is the most daring challenge he's ever undertaken.
I live outdoors. It's my life. Fishing, hunting, hiking, but Bougainville is the toughest environment that you'll ever find. We're looking at how hot it is, the humidity, and then little things like crocodiles and malaria. It's gonna be an uphill battle, but you gotta embrace the suck. So Meg, you know your boss, right?
I'm always boss.
Perfect, boss goes in first. Hey, it's good to be king, just not boss.
What's this? We better check it out.
Oh, that truck is stuck.
Have a look and see now. What's the best thing that we can do?
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
that's a big truck. We've come across the PMV, which is a people mover. Essentially, it takes the villagers into the town so they can do shopping, and it's stuck in the middle of the river.
Hey, guys. Need to help push?
In Alaska, you always have to stop and do a welfare check. It's just a common practice. You get left behind, you could die.
Okay, guys, ready?
Okay, everybody. Okay, let's go.
Lift and push.
Now it's stuck.
There's no other way across this river. If we don't get this PMV moved, we're screwed.
Coming up, bad luck, a busted dredge,
You lost prime right there.
and an angry Croc.
Now we gotta do a river crossing that's full of damn Crocs.
$5,000 miles southwest of Alaska, on the tiny Pacific island of Bougainville,
Lift and push.
Ian and the land team have been stopped dead in their tracks by a public motor vehicle that's blocking the only route to a virgin prospecting site 4 hours from base camp.
Front end buried pretty good.
Yeah.
If they can't move the PMV, the team will be forced to return to base camp empty-handed. And after more than a week with no gold, one more day lost is a day closer to disaster.
Stalled it. Now it's stuck.
There's no other way across this river. If we don't get this PMV moved, we're screwed. It's another day lost.
Let's give them the strap. We might.
Yeah, let's find the strap. It's back seat, driver's side. Should be underneath.
We tried pushing. That didn't work so well. Kind of flooded the truck, I think. So now we're going to get some straps and pull them out, hopefully, so we can get across.
Now, do we got a shackle point that we can put this on up front that we can strap to? Somebody said that there's a four-wheel drive coming up the road. We had a tow strap, and we talked him into giving us a hand.
You all win.
Well, ready? Push. Push it. Push it. Let him go now, push him.
Get it under there. Come on. Come on, go. Everybody, push him, everybody go. Let him know. Okay.
Good job. You didn't have
Good job,
to lift it
guys.
up.
Mags.
Yo, I'm coming. Finally got the truck out. Took about an hour, but we're only here for 6 weeks. That's a short period of time to prospect.
Let's get out of here.
So every hour that we're not on here, this is costing us grams. Every hour. And we are finding obstacles around every corner.
Nothing ever happens fast in the jungle.
While the land team is finally back on the road, 2 hours east, Farley and the boat crew have run aground.
You're really shallow right here.
Yeah, we're out of water here.
And the miners seem doomed to suffer another wasted day without finding any gold.
Do you feel comfortable here with the motors being out of the water?
Yeah.
Let's just wait. Let
Yeah.
Mother Nature take care of it.
I think
We
we'll.
can't push it over. We can start to dredge up, baby, and we can dredge right here.
We can dredge.
Here we go. As soon as you hit bottom, you're stuck. We got to wait for the tide to come in. So we decided, well, might as well start right here. Time to drop the anchor and get dredging.
Just run it out in the direction of the atolls.
The decision to make the best of this bad situation could actually pay off. When currents carrying mineral-rich sediment down the river collide with the incoming ocean tide, the collision could force the sediment and gold to the ocean floor. This low tide may have beached Farley directly on top of years and years of gold,
There you go.
piled up just under the sand.
Tell me where you want it, Todd.
Put it up on the beach, Ben.
It's an anaconda snake. It's an anaconda snake.
On their last mission, the crew used nearly 5 hours just to get the cage and dredge in the water. Now, with half a day already gone and no more time to waste, they decide to go with a new strategy. They will attempt to operate the dredge from the boat rather than in the water.
So today we're just trying out something new. We're gonna go ahead and keep the dredge on the boat. It could save us from having to launch the cage and then pick up the dredge and spin it around and then rig it up and then launch it. It can save a ton of time.
We'll start priming these things.
Feel good, Ben? You ready? You lost the prime right there.
Our pump is losing prime, so we're repriming it right now.
Farley's 6-inch dredge is powered by twin 23-horsepower water pumps, which suck water in through a hose and spin it in a vortex to create a powerful vacuum. To work properly, the pump and water hoses must first be filled entirely with water. This is called priming a pump. But if the water supply is interrupted and air invades the water line, prime is lost. The vortex of water collapses and the pump stops working until all air is removed from the system.
Is that helping, Ben?
After 45 minutes of struggle, Farley and the team are still unable to keep their dredge pump primed.
All right, we gotta evaluate what.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. 'Cause it was working for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until this damn thing came out of the water and we
It
lost
was right here,
prime.
Ben. It was right there.
So I'm thinking that we might be too high. This dredge might have to be in the water. We were dredging in the ocean and the dredge was on the boat. We had issues with the suction hoses. They weren't quite long enough to stay in the water. When the boat would come up and come back down in the waves, it'd pull the suction ends out of the water and we'd lose prime.
After more than an hour of struggle, the team is no closer to solving their problem. But luckily, the tide has come in, freeing their boat.
Well, we could move up river and we'd have calmer stuff because now we got enough water.
They decide to move further upriver in search of calmer water.
Moving the boat up the river is a no-brainer. Just too much wave action, too much surge off the ocean, so we have to move. Let's just get the hell out of here before we waste any more time.
Okay, gotta go.
4 hours to the west, Ian and the land team have literally reached the end of the road. But the virgin prospecting site identified by tribal chiefs is still more than 2 miles away.
Engine out. Set it down here and then get the dredge off the roof.
Already behind schedule, the land team must now hand carry all of their mining equipment to the location.
Let's make an anaconda.
Therefore, they will be using a portable 4-inch dredge, a less efficient little brother of the massive 6-incher used by the boat crew.
And that's my stick, yeah. Crowbar on stick, chief.
I feel more comfortable if you had a gun. We're finally at the spot where we're supposed to be. It was already a tight scheduled day. The PMV getting stuck set us back at least an hour.
Already?
You guys wanna go?
Let's go.
We don't have a lot of time. We got to transport the 4-inch dredge through the jungle.
We have a small crossing here, wet crossing.
Stay off the side. We got to get to the spot where we're going to dredge. We got to set up the dredge. It's imperative that we get at least a couple hours of dredging to get a proper sample.
Whoa, Ian, watch out for that spider above your head.
Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Oh, he's angry.
Nobody's been doing prospecting or dredging in here, you know. The chances of bumping into crocodiles, it's very high.
We hiked 30 minutes through the jungle. Now we got to do a river crossing that's full of damn crocs.
You want to hand that off and give Meg a hand?
Is it concerning? Yes. Your head's got to be on a swivel the entire time, but it has to be done.
Good? Yep.
Good. Look at the minerals here. Look at the copper in that.
What's that mean for here?
Well, there's a good chance that copper and gold, they're together.
Perfect.
Should we set up the dredge right here?
I'm down.
I'll be watching your backs, but just be very, very careful.
This is awesome, man. Hey, we're in the middle of nowhere gold mining. This is great.
I love Wendell. Wendell's awesome. And if we didn't have a local, we would be screwed. We don't know exactly where we're going and what we're doing, and he's guiding us everywhere we need to go. And he's just like melted in with everybody. It's cool.
Guys, get out of the water now. Get out of the water now. Quick, quick.
Where?
Show him coming down that way, man. And show him coming down. Poke his head up. Just show him right over there. Just show him right over there. Popping. Popping.
You have good eyes. I never would have saw that.
Coming up,
Keep going, Skelly. You're getting it.
against all odds,
And we're going.
Farley's $1 million gold strike is finally within reach.
One good day with these boys, we're golden.
Try to stay in the bank.
3 p.m. It's been nearly 20 minutes since Ian and the land crew spotted a 9-foot crocodile prowling near their dredge site.
Get out of the water now. Get out of the water now. Quick, quick.
And no one has yet dared go back in the water. But the crew's already far behind schedule, and they know they must start dredging if they have any hope of finding the gold needed to save Farley's family business.
So is it safe to get back in the water anytime today? Or?
Gotta give him another 5-10 minutes just to make sure that the crocodile is not nearby.
Wendell spotted the croc. He called out and got us the hell out of there. And saved our bacon, really. We waited for about 30 minutes. He took a look around, and we were able to get back to work.
You guys can now do the work, and I'll keep the watch up front. You know?
We're here to dredge. Let's dredge.
It ain't sucking.
You got a little bit. Not much at all. It didn't take very long before we started running into some mechanical issues with the dredge.
I have a clog in the hose. Or...
When we have problems and problems and problems, we're losing our time. And we can't do that because if we lose our time, we're losing our gold.
We got a blockage in the suction tube. It's right on the...
Right on the suction.
Yeah. Okay.
This was a hard spot for me to be in. I was watching the dredge, also watching the crocodiles.
Megan, watch your ass.
You know, you're on the river, there's a lot of noise going on. The dredge makes a lot of noise, so everything is playing tricks on me. I mean, you get a loud splash, and I'm looking to see what it is. Branch falls, I'm freaking out that there's something lunging at us. And this is what we're going to be doing every day.
Look out for it coming up that way.
Meanwhile, 4 hours to the east, the boat crew has abandoned the sandbar and is heading upriver to find calmer water.
Well, looks like crocodile world to me, Jim.
Farley is convinced that this move will take them closer to the motherlode of gold he so desperately needs. But he also knows that it'll put them dead center in the crocodile kill zone.
I
feel like the island got a little bit of an upper hand on us today, but once we decided we had to move up the river, everybody understood that we just can't keep losing these days. It was just time to go, get down, and get some dredging done quickly.
Perfect. Watch out for the flume. Okay, now you try to beach us.
Jump, grab the boat. Great.
That's it.
That's great. That's where we want to be.
Okay, let's get something to stabilize us. Anchors.
Anchor.
The first Queens River site Farley wants to dredge is a half-mile above the river mouth. This is the same riverbank where Jim trapped a 9-foot crocodile the previous day. The crew's confident that removing the croc has reduced the risk of a deadly attack, but they know they must remain on high alert.
Okay, we got a croc out of here before. Been raining, so I don't see any fresh tracks in here, but our bait's gone. Grass is mashed down a little bit more. A little bit of a sign here. That could be a footprint. Could have been a small one. Come in here and take the bait and get back out. This is built for a large croc.
Hey, I don't want to rush anybody, but we got time ticking.
Now, Skelly, do you feel safe?
All right. Well,
I mean, really, do you feel safe?
The last time I was on this bank, I was pulling a croc out of the trap. So it's a little disconcerting to be back here and back dredging in the same spot where we just caught our first crocodile. So we've got to watch close and don't let our guard down one bit.
Keep going, Skelly. You're getting there. Keep going. Keep going. Got it. Got it. Oh, we're going. We're going. Start dredging, man.
Good job.
In the flat river water, the pump is quickly primed and running. The team rushes to begin dredging while Jim remains on croc patrol.
My job on this expedition is to try to pay attention to the crocodiles so the rest of the team can pay attention to dredging for gold.
That's full throttle, Ben. All right.
I've got to be ready to feel any kind of movement underwater. I've got to be ready to catch any kind of movement above water.
You are my eyes in the back of my head right now.
If I don't see it before it comes in, we're in trouble.
It's working right now. We got big rocks coming off the end, which is good.
For the first time, we're finally starting to move up the river, and that's a big deal. All we need is literally one good day with these boys, and we're golden. The gold is here. We just got to find it.
I've lost suction, Ben.
Come. Go! Go!
That hose is on fire.
Bougainville Island was a major American battlefront during the Second World War. In 1942, the Japanese invaded the island and constructed strategic airfields to launch devastating attacks against Allied naval forces in the Pacific. In 1943, the U.S. military led a massive offensive to recapture the island. For more than 2 years, islanders fought alongside American soldiers in an intense and bloody jungle war that claimed thousands of lives. Finally, on August 21, 1945, the Japanese surrendered. Bougainville was free, and the unbreakable bond forged in battle between islanders and Americans remains. This is why tribal chiefs turned to an American when they finally decided to allow foreign miners back on the island.
No! No!
That hose is on fire.
3:30 p.m., just minutes after arriving at a new dredge location, Farley and the boat crew face yet another setback.
This thing's just clogged for like 5 feet here.
A severely clogged dredge hose that could shut down their operation for the day.
I mean, it had such a great suction when we did it in the cage out at the mouth that last time. It was just unbelievable.
I mean, it takes extra horsepower
to lift it.
to pick it up.
That clog it's got basically a 5 foot at least plug of heavy sand.
Really sucks. It's a great idea to have the dredge on the boat.
I like it, but
It'd save us a ton of time every time.
Our theory right now is because we are operating this dredge on the boat and it's up about 3 feet off the water, the pumps aren't powerful enough to lift all the material, so the material is accumulating in the lowest point of the hose.
Again, let's detach the hose and try to clear it out again.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa, that's a heavy bitch, isn't it?
A 6-inch hose that's clogged with pure black sand all the way is heavy. I mean, you're pretty much moving concrete at that point. We have to try and stick a stick in there and try to break things free, wash everything out by hand.
Croc Jim has warned the crew to be on high alert. Their splashing replicates the sound of a wounded animal thrashing in the water and is a natural lure for hungry crocs.
We're splashing in the water, we're making noise in the water. Everything we do is like ringing the dinner bell for Mr. Crocodile.
The decision to leave the dredge on the boat has backfired, and with night coming, the mission has to be scrapped.
We're not gonna dredge anymore today, the way I look at it. This isn't working.
We got too many problems to
too
fix.
many problems to fix.
And to run out of time.
Meanwhile, 4 hours inland, Ian and the land team struggle to make progress at their Adamo region dredge site.
How many feet down do you think you went?
Only to his knees.
Villagers report having found more than 9 pounds of gold at this site over the past decade, using only primitive tools and pans.
All right, let her book.
But after a close encounter with a deadly croc and a slew of mechanical problems, the team has managed to dredge for just over 30 minutes, far less than the 2 hours needed to make an accurate gold assessment of the site.
There's always problems with dredges. There's a lot of debris coming down, and that's getting sucked into the pump itself.
There it is. Nice, Bryce.
There were rocks that were the perfect size to get through the hose, and that is the biggest problem.
Now it's pissing down rain. Hey, listen, we're already wet. It's no big deal, but I'm more worried about the flash flood.
That's what I'm thinking about. This is all coming down from the mountain. So if it's raining hard here, it could be coming down really hard there.
So, hey, Wendell, what are we looking like for flash floods on this side?
Well, it's starting to get to that stage now of being declared unsafe.
Flash floods are very common here. We're working in creeks that start up in the mountains.
You gotta be quick in getting this thing cleaned up, you know.
Okay. You don't hear them coming, and by the time you do, it's too late.
After powering through a frustrating day filled with setbacks and delays, the team is finally forced to shut down by the threat of flash flood. After logging less than an hour of actual dredging time, they decide to pack up and head home.
It's starting to get a little late.
Yeah, it's getting dark quick.
We dredged for 45 minutes. There was something always stopping us. This place is very hard to mine. You're not just driving up and dropping in your dredge. You're having to take it apart, pack it up some jungle trail, drop it into a creek full of crocs.
You good?
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. After a frustrating day battling the island, the boat crew heads home in defeat, with their hopes of spending a full day dredging crushed. There was no prospecting done today.
To do that much work and to come out with nothing is just disheartening. I think Farley maybe was a little optimistic and wanted to prove that a small operation can be profitable. And so far, that's not what we've seen. I'm trying to stay hopeful, but I feel like this trip could be a wild goose chase.
On the next Legend of Croc Gold,
We've got to see some gold today.
Farley's team catches a much-needed break,
There's gold on this island, my friend.
We could get $100,000 of gold out of one spot.
but the island doesn't give up anything easily.
Something's wrong.
Suspicious tribal chiefs,
They can kick us off the island.
Probably just being a liar.
an angry crew,
Frustrated is putting it mildly. These are life-threatening things.
and an unforgiving river
Hold on, we're gonna hit.
put lives at risk
At any moment, I could be grabbed by a crocodile.
and the entire mission in peril as the team races to find $1 million mother lode
We came down here for one reason, to come back rich.
of legendary gold.